Alright, just a quick audio test. We're good. We're good. We're amazing. Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Violet Hyena. You are here with perfect timing, and I am here to give readings to people with perfect timing. So, welcome. Francis John says, "Morning." How are you today? I am awake, and it might be morning for you. It is nighttime for me. It is 8:30 p.m. where I'm at. Where are you at? You across the pond? Tra- Translating? How are you today? I see. How was your been? I'm in New Zealand. Cat with hard eyes. Cool. You are in New Zealand. What's that like? Is it new? Is it Zealandy? But anyway, welcome. Do you have any questions? New Zealand is a country closest to South Pole. Yes. Oh, that must be pretty chilly. Divine guidance, please. Sure. If you just want divine guidance, unless you get a range of all the decks. So, divine guidance. What does the universe have to say to Francis John? Let's see. Number 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Trust your vibes. Trust your vibes. There we go. Okay, so divine guidance from the universe, and I see that Francis retracted a message. I did not see it, so you're good. Divine guidance from the universe to Francis John. What does Francis John need to know? Okay, well, we have instant feedback. Instant feedback. Number 9. Instant feedback. It is time to expand your your 6 sensory toolkit and learn to use kinesiology. Alright, so I am not familiar with this word. You won't either, so kinesiology. I'm putting it in the chat so that Francis John can see it and maybe Google it. And learn to use kinesiology or muscle testing as a means to get an instant vibe check on matters at hand. Muscle testing offers quick and reliable feedback when you can't access or don't trust your normal intuitive channels. The simplest way to muscle test is to find a partner who is willing to work with you. Next, place your right hand on your belly and raise your left arm out to the side. Think of your question, making certain it can be answered with a simple yes or no. With your question in mind, ask your partner to push gently down on your extended arm using the pressure of no more than 2 fingers. If the answer is yes, your arm will resist the pressure and remain strong and unmoved. If the answer is no, your arm will lose energy and power and drop to your side. It is that simple. Remember, the key is yes/no answers. Try it right now and see for yourself. So I've actually never had that card before. That is super specific from the universe. So I hope that helps you out, Francis John. I have had a Reiki master do that to me. Only she used emotions rather than yes/no questions to get the point across that energy is in our bodies and affects our bodies. So that's interesting. It's real stuff. Yes, it did. Thank you, dear. You're very welcome. Boop. And Margaret says, will my first paycheck be at $8.50? I see Margaret's question. I guess I'll do a reading on it. Okay, Margaret is on the board. And Francis John says, current energy reading for Francis, please. Sure. And then Francis is on the board. And Margaret says hello. Very good, very good. Alright, so which deck would like to answer for Margaret? Ooh, smooth. Very smooth. Okay, number 2. That's going to be 1, 2, the Gay Tarot. Okay, we have that there, and I see. Don't mind that. That was my tablet. It says hello. And I'm gonna write Margaret's questions here. Will my first paycheck be at 8:50? And I see the second question. So will I go in dates? August? Margaret, you're going to have to reframe that question, please. Will I go in dates? I got August. Will I go on in dates in August? Do you possibly mean, will you go on dates in August? Oh, okay. Will I go on any dates in August? I see it. I see the vision. I see the vision now. Okay, the vision of the question. Okay, so any dates in August? Okay, so there's questions. Don't worry, Frances. I didn't skip you. I'm just used to doing Margaret's questions in batches. She does a lot of yes/no questions. Okay. So, will the first paycheck be at 8:50? And will Margaret go on any dates in August? Alrighty. So the answer is no for paycheck at 8:50, and dates in August also no. So this is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is a mental resting time because it's swords, which has to do with mentality, air, some conflict, unusual logical situations. This is going to be a period of rest time, and but it was a no. Yeah, it was a no. But this is also like a period of rest time. Rest your logical brain. And that is what the cards have to say for that one. And this one is, will you have any dates in August? And this is the Fool. And this is the Major Arcana. And there are butterflies, which mean happiness. The Fool is hitchhiking. And there's the dog, off to new adventures. So with this, no, I believe you will be too busy traveling in August to get in those date times. So I hope that helps you out, Margaret. Put this deck away and I'll get to Francis's question. And Francis's question was current energy reading for Francis, please. Current energy reading for Francis. Current energy reading for Francis. Currently, number 3, which is here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's the supernatural deck. To bring the platform with you. Down. There we go. So, current energy reading for Francis. There we go. Current energy reading for Francis. Current energy reading for Francis. Okay, current energy reading is Queen of Blades. Queen of Blades. So blades are the mind, they're the swords, they're the air, they're the logic, they're the conflict usually. And this is not a very nice character. I remember her. So the Queen of Blades is a very logical, very knowledgeable person in their field, and is not afraid to use their brain against other people. Like, if you were in a chess game with someone, you would definitely, like, take them out coldly with all of your pieces. Like taking a war. Like, I don't know if you play chess. I do. So, that's my example. Like, just go into chess and take it down. Take it down. So that is the energy reading I'm getting right now. It's just cold logic going forth and doing your thing and knowing what to do. And you're in your zone doing a lot of logical or even like puzzle things. And that is the energy I get from Francis right now. Alright, so I hope that helps you out, Francis. And I see I have no one right now. Oh no. That's okay. I'll come back. And Francis John says, thank you. I'm glad. I love the chess analogy. Good. Take him out. Take him down. Take the high ground. Alright, so give me like 2 seconds. I actually forgot to say goodnight to my grandmother, and I can't do that. So we're back. Oh, I forgot to say goodnight. I did ask her, and she said she gets her results in 48 hours. Oh, okay. Okay, I've done my granddaughter duty and I'm back. Whoosh! Here I am. Francis John says, thank you. I'm glad. I love the chess analogy. And do you play MapleStory? Like, years ago there was MapleStory. I don't quite remember what MapleStory was about, but I do remember playing it. And Francis John says, so sweet, you said goodnight to your granny. Of course! My grandmother loves me. And I love her. And I can't forget to say goodnight to her. What do you mean? Alright, but yes, I've caught up on questions. And Francis John says, I see. It's true love. Question, what's the outlook of my main job for the next 3 months, please? Sure. Outlook for the job. What deck would like to answer? Francis John. What deck? What deck? Give me 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I feel like this is a tarot card question. And it is the supernatural deck. So the Winchesters are going to be answering. Oh, Winchesters, Winchesters. What is the outlook of Francis John's main job for the next 3 months? Oh, Winchesters, Winchesters. Let us know. What is the outlook? Ah! The Page of Pentacles. Which is fitting because, well, it says pentagrams, but it is pentacles. It is coins, it is wealth, it is health, it is earth. So this is the correct subject we wanted. And it says that you're a page of pentacles, pentagrams. So this job, this main job outlook is that you are learning the field. Because the page is the first step in... The page is the first... What's the words I'm trying to find? They are learning the wealth. So they are learning the path to the wealth. So that is the outlook of your main job. So you're going to be picking up a lot of learning for your new job, for your main job for the next 3 months. Okay, so I hope that helps you out. Come on. There we go. Boop. And have some water. Ah, water is so good. Straighten out the fluff. And Francis John says, thank you so much, and yours are welcome. Right between. Okay. In case we run out of questions. Ah, another question. Good, good. And question, what are Mark's feelings and intentions towards Francis? Let's find out. Let's find out. Which deck would like to answer Francis? Which deck would like to answer Francis? And Francis says, I love water. I'll drink it any day. I'll drink, yes. I fully agree. I'll drink it every day because I need water to exist. Where I am at right now, I just love ice because it's summer and I live in a very hot climate. We don't have winter. We don't have snow here, so not very often. Okay. Which deck? Number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Raven with Tarot. Raven with Tarot. Stay. Okay, question, what are Mark's feelings and intentions towards Francis? Feelings and intentions. There we go. Feelings and intentions. Feelings and intentions. Ooh, that was a beautiful shuffle. I can't say no to that one. So, feelings and intentions. Let's see. So, the feelings are appropriately the cups, which is emotions, and water and relationships. So the feelings is a page of cups, and the page of cups is the beginning, the youth of the suit, which means they're learning about the suit, and it's usually the beginning of a relationship And with someone who is not fully developed in how to process their emotions, so they're young about it, and they might be a little volatile. Like the waves in the background are a bit upchurned, so their water is not completely steady. Their emotions are a little all over the place. And then the intentions. Ooh, let's see. From Mark towards Francis. So this is the Eight of Swords. And swords are of the mind and air and logic. And the Eight of Swords is usually represented by a woman who is blindfolded and tied up. So, and that is by her mind. She's bound up in her thoughts. So, this Mark person is bound up in their own head, and really, it would be healthy for them to get out of their head. So, whatever they're thinking about Francis about, they're just up in their head and they're blindfolded and tied into whatever their thoughts are. It's a bit stormy weather. So it's not the best intentions. It's full of past prejudices. How do you say that word? Prejudgment. They're judging you harshly on past experiences. I can't see the prejudice word, but past experiences, they're prejudging you on those past experiences rather than who you really are. Because they are not really all that good at emotions yet. So I would not call this malicious. I would call it naivety. And that is what the cards have to say. So, naivety and just being trapped in their head. Okay, I'm gonna put this deck away and I'm gonna check chat. Go. Let's see here. And Francis says, lucky it's freezing winter here. Yeah, I had a feeling because you said New Zealand was closest to the North Pole. Wow, that's something. Yeah. I only recently moved to this hot climate, so even I'm getting used to it. So I remember what snow and ice was like. I can't imagine living close to the North Pole, though. Wow. And Francis says, love the reusable pads. I love the reusable pads. They're my favorite. I mean, these are the cheaper ones, and this is the boogie board. And the boogie board is very nice. And these little cheap ones even do the job. I love them. They're my favorite thing ever. And Francis John says, that's our company's CEO. I think he hates me. Yeah, what? Yeah, maybe. Well, I would not say that they hate you. I would say that they have their own prejudgment and they're just fixated on that. And they just don't know you, and they don't want to get to know you. And if that's hate, then that's hate. You know what? You might be right. I don't want to say, like, I don't see how they could, though. You seem very nice. And Francis John says, cat face. Oh no! Like, that is what that cat says, the face says to me. Oh no, I'm sorry. Annika says, hi, Annika, welcome. And Annika says, will Manu ever regret doing the bad with me? Will he be in guilt? A very good question. I'm going to add you to the list, and then we'll find out together. There we go. Her on the list. And Annika says, does my ex hate me? How do he thinks I cheat or moved on? I will also get to that question next. And Francis John says, thanks so much for the reading. It's very accurate. You are very welcome. I'm happy to help. And then Francis is also back on the list. Francis. Very good. Good to be on the list. Okay, yes, no questions, please. Will I keep my current job in the next 3 months? You know, that is a very valid question considering I just read for your CEO. Alright, so let me get to Annika, and then I'll get to your question. Okay. Will Manu ever regret doing the bad with me? Will he be in guilt? So, will Mono be guilty? Alright. And then the other one is, does my ex hate me now, or do he think I cheated or moved on? Let's see. Okay, so I think that's like 2 questions. So does X hate Annika, and does he think, let's see how I put this. Does he think that you've cheated or moved on? There we go. There's 3 nice questions. We'll get to those. Which deck would like to answer Annika? Which deck would like to answer Annika? Hey, the cat deck. Okay, here we go. Back in. There we go. Okay, so will Mono be guilty? Does the X hate Annika? And does he think Annika cheated or moved on? Okay. So, no, yes, yes. Okay, so will Manu be guilty? Yes. No, wait, no. He will not be guilty. Because it's reversed. So, no, he will not be guilty. He doesn't regret doing the bad with me. This is the 7 of toys, and the 7 of toys is wands in the cat deck, and the wands are action, fire, magic creation, a lot of movement. And this is the cat knocking the toys off of the shelf. Boom. Cute cat. No, he doesn't feel bad about causing a scene, causing some ruckus. It was good entertainment. No, he didn't really feel that bad. It's just like a cat knocking something off of a shelf. That is exactly how he feels. Just doing it for entertainment. And then does the ex hate Annika? And the answer is yes. And this is the 2 of wands. And this is usually a decision. So number 2 is like usually a decision card. And decision number, forgive me. And the wands, again, are toys and action, creativity, magic, fire. And this kitten here is paralyzed by choices, which is the toys dangling in front of him. Yeah, he just says as a decision, he just did not like you. So yeah, he does not like you because of he doesn't like you because of the choices that were made. Okay. He doesn't like you because of the actions you made, the choices you made. He does not like you because of those reasons, the action reasons. And does he think that you cheated and moved on? And the answer is yes. And again, this is the wands. This is the 3 of wands. And which is funny about this is number 3, which is normally a card that has to do with groups of people, like groups of people coming together. So he thinks that there is more people in the group, the twosome. If he thinks you cheated, it makes sense that this is a group card of wands and that you did the dirty with somebody else, and he thinks that you moved on. And even in the card, it has a cat, which looks like it's pouting, and the other cat has the toy in its mouth, like it has gotten the good thing, and the other cat is left out of it. So he's pretty bitter about that. And that is what the cards have to say. I hope that helps you out, Anika. Then I'm going to get to Francis's question. I'm just going to have a water break. Kitty cats going back in the box. If they fit, they sit. Drink of water. Okay. Which deck would like to answer Francis's question? Which deck wants to answer Francis's question? Which deck would like to answer Francis's question? Number 3. 1, 2, 3. Supernatural deck. Supernatural deck. Bum, bum, bum. No, 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 no. I don't know where Sweet Caroline came from, but it's here and it's now. Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Na, 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 na. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. It's not normally the song that comes up with the Supernatural deck. The Winchesters do not usually bring up Sweet Caroline. Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. Ba, ba, ba. Na, 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 na. Na, na, na. Anyway, back to the question. Will Francis John be able to keep your current job in the next 3 months? And you know what? That is such a valid question with the previous question. Here we go. One flip. There we go. Will Francis keep your current job in the next 3 months? The answer is yes. And that's hilarious. Okay, this is hilarious because we just saw this card, Francis. We just saw this card. This is the Page of Pentagrams. This is the same one from before. So yes, you're going to be able to keep your job. You're still going to be learning it. So just because your boss doesn't really like you, I'm not going to say hate, but I don't think they like you. They must see something in how you work and learn that keeps you on the job, because he's keeping you. But that's just funny. That's so funny that this card popped up for you again. That's the best. I love when those things happen. The cards know, man. The cards just know. Alright, so I'm going to put this deck back, and then I'm going to check chat and have more water. Water is my friend. Boop. Alright, let's see here. And yeah, we're gonna have Annika back on the list. Annika going back on the list with her new question. Feelings of R towards Annika. And Preston says hello. Hello, Preston. Welcome. And I do see you asked your question further down, so I will get to that. I'm going to put you on. Yeah, I'm going to put Preston on the list after Annika. And Francis John says, that was very beautiful reading, and love that song, Stars and Eyes. It's such a good song. And Preston says, me and my Leo have a feature together, ? So that's why you're on the list. And Francis says, looks like I will have a new role. They may assign me a new role or offer. Maybe. I do not know what you do, so I cannot answer that for you. I mean, you could ask the cards. But anyway, I'm gonna get to this list, which is Annika and Preston. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. That was a water burp. Preston's. No, Annika. It's Annika's turn. So, feelings are towards Annika. Feelings of our towards Annika. Feelings of our towards Annika. And the feelings are... Oh, the deck that's going to reveal the sea of feelings is number 2. So 1, 2. So the gay tarot. Sorry about that. Sometimes I zone out and I think this is a tarot card deck. He feels like Raven. Well, that was a Raven called Ravenclaw suit. In Harry Potter, that would mean it would be a very logical feelings, very mentally logic feelings. So full of thought. Number 2. Look, that's not even a tarot card deck. You should not be making those calls. But I can. Sorry, I am arguing with myself. And you are just getting a glimpse of it on camera. So, how does R feel towards Annika? The answer is swords and 7. So swords are, again, so my brain was right. It is Ravenclaw. But, that's a whole nother thing. Swords. Focus. So 7 is a variety. It's a variety number. It is having so much on your mental plate that you're going to. I think this is actually the nostalgia one. Yes. So this is a feeling of nostalgia. I remember this card. So the feeling of R towards Annika is he's thinking about you in the light of nostalgia, looking back at a past relationship. And normally that's like a whimsy kind of bittersweet kind of feeling. Very specific. Because it's nostalgia. It's thinking back on times of the past. So I hope that helps you out. And then we got Annika. Now it's Preston's turn. Preston is. I have to choose a deck for Preston first. Choose a deck for Preston. Choose a deck for Preston. Okay, so that is 6 and Slytherin. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is Robinwood Terrace. So another, you know what, kind of theme looking. It's very, just the card and the deck just look so pretty together. Same shade of green. Snakes and Robin Wood kind of go together. Okay. So this is person asks, me and my Leo have a feature together. So do Preston and their Leo have a feature together? Does Preston and their Leo have a future together? Does Preston and their Leo have a future together? And the answer is yes. And to look further into this, yes, it is the Two of Wands. And wands are fire, their action, their manifestation. They're manifesting through action. Their magic, their creation. And the Two of Wands is making fast decisions. So and here I get a feeling of the decision to be together is there. And that is what I get from this card. Like, the action and decision is just smooth being there. So, I hope that helps you out, Preston. So, big old yes, followed by a decision. I guess it would be caused by a decision. Because of your decision, you guys are together. Or have a future together. Okay. And I'm going to put that back. Gonna erase the board. Gonna have some water. And gonna check chat again. Okay. And Francis John says, yes, please ask the cards. I, of course, will. I'll put you on the new list, Francis. Very good. And Francis says, I need to drop off my sister. Please kindly answer my question. I will listen to it on my return. Thank you very much. And you're very welcome. Have fun driving your sister, and you'll be able to watch it back when you come back. So have a good night and a safe trip. Preston says, thank you. Heart. Got them all. There's 6 of them. Alright. You're very welcome, Preston. And then I'm going to get to Francis's question. Pick a deck for Francis. So, looks like you'll have a new role. Sign. Okay, so the question is, let's actually put a question to the board. Will they assign Francis a new role? Or offer. Okay, so role. I'm gonna do role and offer. There we go. First, we need to pick a deck. Which deck wants to answer this question? Which deck? Quick, which deck? Queen of Gryffindor. Queen is 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Octopus Turret. Octopus Turret in the house. Octopus Turret is in the house. Okay, so will they assign Francis a role or offer? A new role or offer. There we go. We want the correct words. We always want the correct words. Will they assign Francis a new role or offer? Okay, so will they assign a new role? Yes. Will they assign a new offer? No. So it looks like it's definitely going to be a new role and not an offer. And we're going to look into the details of both cards. So the Page of Cups and the Lovers. Interesting. So for the new role, the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is the youth of the suit. And the suit is the cups. The cups is water, emotion, and relationships. So, and they're very new to the emotions, which actually, this was the card in the other deck that I was explaining that Mark felt towards Francis. So you got this card a second time, which is hilarious. Again, the one with the turbulent emotions, the one who hasn't quite, that don't have quite the emotional regulation. Because they're just, their head is swishy, swashy with emotions that they're still getting used to. And the other card we have here for the offer, which was a no, by the way. It is a major arcana, and it is still here to tell us something. And it is the Lovers, which overall could be romantic, but it also is a card on decisions. And because you didn't get an offer, it was a decision to give you a new role. Probably because of your boss's unsteady emotions. So I hope that helps you out, Francis, and good luck on picking up your sister or dropping your sister off. Transportation of your sister. Good luck. But I hope that helps. Okay, and then I'm gonna drink water and check chat. There we go. So I have been streaming for 1 hour and 9 minutes. I stream for 2 hours at a time. And I have caught up on chat. So, guess what? I get to pick an oracle deck to read until there are more questions. I'm gonna write that in chat. That way, if anyone comes by with questions, they can pop it in. There we go. So, reading oracle cards and other questions, please drop them in the chats. Open little wooden coffin. There we go. And this is the information card. We don't read it, we ignore it. It is shy, oh so shy. There we go. And John M. Joom is here. What's causing my restless leg syndrome? Iron deficiency? Dopamine deficiency? Okay. Okay, so John, we have hit a point. I do have to let you know, one of the things I can't do is give you a medical diagnosis as a card reader. You're going to have to go to a physician about that. If you have any other questions, I can do that. That looks like one of those things where it's like, I can't. I'll get in trouble for pretending to be a doctor. I can't even pretend to be a witch doctor here. So yeah. Actually, you could probably do better by just Googling that, but I can't answer that with the cards. A witch doctor. You know, I don't know the true definition of a witch doctor. Yeah, I mean, I've never Googled it. If I had to define it here without Google, a witch doctor is a doctor that uses medicinal plants and is not part of the academic doctor world. Those are the words that feel the best. Like, they don't have a degree, but they have experience in healing from other sources. So, an alternative doctor. Okay, well, until there are more questions, I get to read oracle cards. My most important relationship is with my source. There is no relationship of greater importance to achieve than the relationship between you and in your physical body right now. Right here, right now, and the soul source God from which you have come. If you tend to that relationship first and foremost, you will then and only then have the stable footing to proceed into other relationships. Your relationship with your own body, with money, with your parents, children, and grandchildren, and your world will fall easily into alignment once you tend to this fundamental relationship first. Okay, and John says, yeah, they have those in the Philippines. Cool. My interests, I've been there. Yes. They have voodoo type dolls. I don't know anything about that. Voodoo dolls are actually from Britain. Interesting. The story I know on voodoo dolls is it was because voodoo dolls was actually made to be for illiterate doctors, because for a time um like in the US, black people were not allowed to read. So how did a non-literate black person keep track of what their patients were going through? They would make a little doll that represented the patient, and then they would stick a needle in the doll where the pain was, and the doctor would then be able to do a remedy and let the patient test it out. And then the doctor would put the doll on the shelf, and then the patient would come back, and the doctor would be able to look at the doll and say, "Oh, I remember we were working on your arm," because that would be where the pin was in the doll. And then they would ask them how that went, and if they cured it, they would take the pin out, and problem solved. That was their record keeping. And if there was still a problem, the needle would remain in the doll, and they would try something else. And that's the story. That is the most fascinating story I've heard on voodoo dolls. And John says, maybe I should go to a witch doctor around here for RLS. There's no cure. So I'm going to give you just some home was it homebrew? No, not homebrew. What my mom uses for restless leg syndrome is tonic water. Tonic water. I'm not going to go into the science for it, but that is just what my mother uses for her restless legs, and it does wonders for her. So tonic water is what my mom uses. But that is not a medical, advice at all. Just saying. It's what works for my mom. And she also has no cure for it, so yeah. Why do I want the relationship I want? Think about what you want in a relationship and why you want it. Look for those around you who are experiencing good relationships and feel appreciation for them. Make lists of the positive aspects of those good feeling relationships you have spent time with. In fact, one of the fastest ways to make your way to a wonderful relationship is to find any subject that consistently feels good, even if it has nothing to do with relationships, and focus on that. Neat. So focus on good feeling relationships. The thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. Not only does the power of your thought determine which people make their way into your life, but it determines how they behave once they get there. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience. And the thoughts you think determine everything about the life you live. As you turn your attention towards the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviors of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only that of what you desire. And sweet potato. So I have been here before. I was in a beautiful relationship, and his family opposed due to caste, and he went in no contact in June 15th. And now is July 1st, my birthday, and no message from him. Oh, I'm sorry. See, July. So it's about 2 weeks ago. July 1st is in a few hours. Well, July 1st must be where you are. And in the time schedule, we must be behind you by a few hours, but yeah. So, sweet potato, I do see your situation. Do you have a question for the cards? And don't worry, I'll look back on chat, but I am gonna read oracle cards until there are questions. I will not ask others to become different for me. Let your vibrational relationship escrow percolate and give it your undivided attention so that you become a vibrational match to it. And then, when the law of attraction brings all of it together, there are not any bugs to work out. Do not ask the person who helped you to define what you want to become what you want, so that you can have what you want. Instead, use your willpower to focus upon what you want, and then the universe will bring you what you want. I am a vibrational being, vibrationally emanating desires. You live in a vibrational universe that is managed by the law of attraction. The law of attraction is bringing vibrations that are alike together, and so it is important for you to acknowledge that you are vibrational beings constantly emanating vibrational signals of desire. And when from your human form you offer a vibration of what you want because you know what you want, uh, because you know what you don't want, so you know what you do want. You cannot contemplate any subject without equal components of wanted and unwanted appearing vibrationally in your experience. There we go. I see more in the chat. So, and Sweet Potato says yes, it's already July 1st here. Correct. And Sweet Potato says, yes, please guide me. What should I do now? What should I be doing? What should I expect? It's very good questions. Let's ask the cards. Okay, so we're going to define the questions for the cards. Let's see. What to do. So, what should you be doing? What should Sweet Potato be doing? And what should Sweet Potato expect? Okay, so here we go. We got the two questions. We're going to pick a deck for those two questions. Pick which deck? Which deck? Quick, which deck? Okay, the Queen is Gryffindor. Gryffindor. So, and Queen, so this is 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, it is the Octopus Turret. Also, because it's a Gryffindor card, it's telling me to be brave. So be brave. And the Octopus Turrets. Okay, and what should Sweet Potato be doing, and what should Sweet Potato be expecting? And That's good shuffle, yes. Okay. So we have the Hierophant. And we have the World. So these are both major arcana. So what should Sweet Potato be doing? Again, these are both major arcana. So this is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is either a teacher or a priest. So this is telling me what you should be doing is seeking out someone that you see as a teacher or a higher up, some person that you look up to that is wiser than you, and go ask them for advice. Go ask them, like this one, it's telling me that it should be spiritual advice to help you through this. Because the Hierophant is a follower of traditions and structure. So they're going to be able to help guide you in person with this. So go seek out your spiritual teacher, or even a priest, even a religion. I don't know what your religion is, but this one is definitely saying the spiritual religious path of this. So go talk to someone, because this is a very rough situation. You may not be able to do it alone. And what can Sweet Potato expect? You can expect the world. So you can expect a connection with the world, because this, again, it leads to the Hierophant, which is a spiritual figure or a teacher. So with this, you can expect the world. You can expect a connection with the world, a spiritual kind of we are all one kind of feeling. So go talk to that teacher, and that is what the cards are advising. So good luck. I hope that helps you out. Where is my oracle deck? Which one? There we go. That one. Oh. And then we have Safia and then suddenly there's more chat. Awesome. Welcome. Hello, Safia. How you doing? Safia says, what can I expect in the near future? Very good question. We're going to pick a deck for you. And then Sweet Potato says, thank you, Blue Heart. And you're very welcome. I hope that you get your help. I really do, honey. Okay, and Safia's... Oh yeah, question. Safia's question is going to be answered by which deck? Which deck? A quick deck? Which deck? A quick deck. Boom! 8 and Slytherin. So, sneaky and clever and logical. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So cat turret. What can Safia expect in the near future? What can Safia expect in the near future? In the near future. Alright, so a weird thing is happening right now, and the cards are yelling at me in my brain. I know it doesn't make sense to you guys because you're not here and you're not in my brain. But the cards are also saying 8 is also the Moonology deck, and it says to use that one. So I have to go use that one. They meant this one. Okay, they say it's fine now. They're gonna stop yelling in my head now. Okay, we're good. Okay, so what can Safia expect in the near future? What can Safia expect in the near future? What can Safia expect in the near future? Ooh, that one. That was a lovely shuffle. Okay, so it is a win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. Full moon in Libra. Number 80. Number 80. Okay, so a win-win outcome is forecast. Yeah, good focus. The full moon in Libra. The full moon in Libra, the sign of partnership, of falling in love, and of closely relating to someone else. Since full moons are about climaxes and conclusions, this card suggests that you're either about to start a new relationship or that an important existing relationship is changing somehow. Perhaps is coming to an end or moving into a new level of commitment. It's important to remember that people come to us for a reason, and sometimes just for a season. If a relationship is ending now, it's doing so at the right time, so try not to fight it. This card can also refer to a professional relationship. There is a sense that you need to balance your ego with someone else's needs. A win-win outcome is possible with give and take. Doing so might be the answer to your question. Attuned to the moon. Let go of that which is falling away. Additional meanings to this card. See the other person through the eyes of love. It will change your perspective. It's time for you to make a firm decision. Time for you to focus on yourself for a while. Look after yourself, but avoid vanity. Now is a great time for a makeover. The teaching of this card. No matter when you pull the full moon in Libra card, it encourages you to find a balance between your desires and those of the people around you. Balance is a very Libran energy. The full moon brings things to a peak. Dramas and upsets bring partnerships to the foray. Libra energy also brings love energy. Negotiations are easier. So, that is what you should expect. You should expect a win-win outcome. That's good. Alright, I hope that helps you out, Safia. There you are. I put the decks in strange places. They pop up in weird places. Alright, and just as a warning, I stream for 2 hours at a time, and I have been streaming this session for 1 hour and 43 minutes. So I have about 18 minutes left. No, 17 minutes left. I'm gonna have some water, and then I'm gonna check chat. Excuse me, my brain needed oxygen. Okay, so I do have water, and I do see Safia's new question. Hold on. So many good questions. Let's see. So, what step does Spirit want me to take next? Everything is on hold for me right now. Also, will I get into a relationship this summer? Okay, 2 questions. We can do that. So, what step does Spirit want Safia to take? And will you get into a relationship this summer? I notice you. So the second one is definitely a tarot card question. Let's see if the first one possibly is. Okay, so let me So the first one I'm going to open up to all the cards, but the second one is definitely going to be a tarot card. Let's just see which deck is for the first one. Queen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So getting into the vortex for what steps Spirit want you to take next. And then I'm going to pull that second one. Which deck is going to be for will you get into a relationship this summer? Because that's a yes/no question. And this deck doesn't do yes/no questions. Okay, number 6, Gryffindor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be Robin Wood Terret. So that will be for the, excuse me, the relationship. There we go. Okay, so what steps does Spirit want you to take? Come on. We're going to stack. There we go. We stack boxes here. So what step does Spirit want you to take next? What advice does the universe have for Sophia? What advice does the universe have for Sophia? Okay, so the universe says, causing pain for others would attract pain to me. The flawed premise, my groups, our way of life is the only correct way, therefore all others must be stopped, is the basis of the majority of unhappiness on your planet. Not only do those being pushed against feel the pain, but those doing the pushing feel it as well. In fact, the unhappiest, least fulfilled among you are those who are pushing against others, because in doing so you are disallowing the most important relationship of all, the relationship between you and you. So in terms of what steps does Spirit want you to take next? It wants you to focus on the relationship between you, and it wants you to let go of those people who aren't doing things your way. So let go of those people who are not doing your things your way. Just let them be. Let them do what they want. Just do not push against them. You just have to let them go and focus on yourself. And that is what Spirit is advising. That is your next step. Just let them. What's that book? Like, it's reminding me of a book title. It is Let Them. There is a book called The Let Them Theory, if you've heard of it. And the theory is literally let them. Just let them do what they're gonna do, and let them have the consequences. Just let them be. Let them be. And will you have a relationship this summer? Will Safia have a relationship this summer? It's very... Will Safia have a relationship this summer? Is it summer fling time? Sorry. We're gonna find out. Yes. Okay, well, I did say summer fling, didn't I? I did, and this card just reeks of summer fling. So this is the Ace of Rods, the Ace of Wands, the card of action. I'm just gonna point out that it even has sunflowers in it, which is a summer flower, and the card looks very phallic. If I have to point out the two sunflowers and the rod to make it any clearer. So, if you're gonna have a summer relationship, it's gonna be a summer fling with a rod. And that is about as graphic as I'm gonna go into detail on YouTube. So yes, and all that. Have fun. Protection. Remember your protection, please. Alright. Now I'm gonna check chats. Come here. I'm gonna put this away and have a drink of water. Water. And Safia says, that's on point. And Safia says, but it's hard because nobody is lately. Well, I'm glad that helps you out. But it's hard because nobody is lately. Can you clarify? It's hard. Do you see someone from my past reaching out to me romantically? That's a very good question for the cards. That's a super good question for the cards. And I do see that I stream for 2 hours at a time, and I have been streaming for 1 hour and 55 minutes. So Safia's question is the last question for tonight. No more questions. So do you see someone from my past reaching out to me romantically? That's going to be the last question for tonight, guys. And then I'm going to say goodnight. So, which deck, which deck? Which deck, which deck? A quick deck, which deck? This deck, number 8, and it's a Hufflepuff. Which is funny because Hufflepuffs are all about friendships and relationships. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Catarrot. Okay, I'm going to focus. Look, I'm going to focus on the reading first, and then I will look back at chat. I can't do 2 at the same time. We cannot do this, brain. Brain, we cannot do this. So I'll get back to that in a moment. But, you see someone from... Okay, is there someone from Safia's past reaching out romantically? Is there someone from Safia's past reaching out romantically? Oop, I didn't flip. Hold on. Flip. And the answer is yes. And this is funny because this is the action card. And this is the 7, which is a variety, but it's also, actually, this is a 7 card. It is a quick action card. It is, that's kind of funny. I remember this card once being described as shooting all your shots. And this cat is just pushing down all of the mice. So this is the Suit of Wands. Let's start with the logical stuff. So this is the Suit of Wands. I know because in this deck, in the cat deck, toys are the wand suit. And wands are fire, action, creation, and magic. And it was a yes. Someone is going to reach out for your past romantic. It's going to be just a bunch of reactions. It's going to be, hey, are you interested? It's kind of just going to be, it's going to be of just action after action after action and reaction. So it's just going to happen. And you're going to be there to experience it. So, again, have fun. Wear protection. And Safia says, that comment was about my first question, haha. Nobody is acting right lately, so I have to ignore everyone. You know what? That's valid. That is so valid. I understand now. Yeah. You just have to let them. You just have to let them go and do and learn their own consequences and just not be a part of it. So I wish you luck with that. And also, I have hit my 2-hour mark. So I am out for the night. I'm going to catch up on chat and then I'm going to say goodbye. John is here, and John says, "What would Griffin do if I cut him off, the narcissist?" Okay, so guys, don't ask me any more questions. I'm at my 2 hour mark. Come back again in 22 hours and you can repost your questions and I will answer them then. Okay? Sorry, I've ran out of time. But come back tomorrow. I will answer them. I want to, but I can only do so much in a day. Okay, so John says, if he knew I was gone for good. And Parla Slouch says, smile, had to hold back my tongue on that one. I let them figure it out. And Parla Slouch says, take care. July 1st. Yep, in a few hours for me, it'll be July 1st, but not yet. And Safia says, thank you, heart and rose, and I send a heart back. And Carlos lets us sleep well, and you guys too. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Love you. Good night. I really appreciate all your questions and your visitations and stuff. See you guys later. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.